Hello for Holy Family Sunday, using it's Holy Family Luke's Gospel 2:41 to 52. And I call it, crazy title, A Rational Animal versus a Radical Questioner. And it deals with Holy Family, my family, yours family. I have a picture of my family right after I became a priest in 1965 at my first Mass, St. Teresa in Southgate. And there's my family. That woman in there is my stepmother, not my real mother. And that's when I was in 1965, okay, with my dad. And then I do have an old picture of my mom, and that is here. Her name was Mary Lou. She died when I was in the eighth grade. But that's my family. But what about your family or our family or what we're celebrating, the Feast of the Holy Family, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph here? And I'd like to just say a couple words about family because looking at Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, uh, Mary was upset with Jesus when he didn't go along with the journey and stayed back in Jerusalem at the temple and questioned the teachers or the religious leaders, teachers. Mm. Mary goes back and she says, "Why did you do this to us?" She was upset with Jesus. And poor Joseph, I think he was questioning, what in the world am I doing here with this new birth of this new son, in quotes, Mary's son, but not my son, and what's going on? I think he became not just a questioner, but a radical questioner as far as what's going on. So they all questioned Mary, Jesus, and Joseph. And when I was in the seminary, the best prof that we had was very well known throughout the world. At the University of Innsbruck in the theology faculty, it was Karl Rahner. And it's sort of interesting, he defined a human or a man or a woman, a human as a radical questioner, more so than the age old Socrates, in the year 399, I think it was when he died, and in 470 when he was born, he called a man or a woman or a human a rational being, a rational animal. Well, what are we? A rational animal? A radical questioner? Or what? Well, I'm sorry, but I like Karl Rahner's definition of a radical questioner because I think most of us wind up being, we question a lot, and often we're not too rational animals. Hmm. Well, isn't it interesting how Mary really gets on Jesus and is upset? Her family, her little baby boy, not he's 12 years old, and he's going to be a teenager. Wait till he gets to be a teenager. He won't be non-rational, but he will be more radical questioner. Even when they're little kids, why do I have to go to bed so early? Why do I have to eat this stuff that you're giving me? They're a little bit. Why do I have to make my bed? Why do I have to do the dishes? Why? 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 Don't tell me when you get into. Then you get into teenage years. Oh my God, it really becomes violent. Hmm. Boys and girls, young men and girls, women can become not just rational animals, but radical questioners. Well, I think that's really good because life Family life is the basic unit in our society now, and it was at the time of Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. It was the time of Socrates and his wife, whoever she was. It's a basic unit of life. And sometimes I'm thinking, my God, what is family life like today? I look out there, you people in the congregation, and I'm not married, I don't have a family. Okay, well, they say, well, you're my family, or whatever. But I don't have a family. I'm not a father, I'm not a mother, and I'm a kid, a man, whatever. But anyway, I look out and I say, what kind of families do you all have out there? Or what kind of families did you grow up with, you older people? Let's take a little poll today and let's have everybody present how good their past family life was for the X amount of years. And we'll just do it 1% to 100%. Totally good, or totally almost zero. No, we're not going to do that. Because we have all kinds of families in the past. What kind of families do you have right now? From 1% to 100%. Good and bad. Life is tough, isn't it? When I look at what Joseph went through in the beginning of his marriage, I find it almost impossible. And then traveling with a pregnant wife to enroll. And then Jesus was threatened through Herod, get him out of town. And they take off to Egypt. I mean, there's the beginning and the end of Jesus' life was very much a problem or suffering or what in the heck is going on, isn't it? Family life that way is very much what's going on. And so they had problems from the beginning of their life to the end of their life. And Jesus would ask radical questions and radically speak out like a prophet. And he just wasn't he was compassionate, he was sympathetic and so forth. But he would ask radical questions about what life is all about. And he prayed often. And he did good works. And he would forgive people their sins. And he was loved by many people. Many, many, many people saw his compassion and concern and his power through some miracles too. And he gave and he fed and he taught and he did what his father wanted him to do. He did the will of God. Even in the agony in the garden, he finally came around to the will of his father. Not my will, but your will be done. I'll do it. I'll do it. And he let them kill him on the cross. Well, we can't be perfect like Jesus, and we aren't. But we can try to imitate some of what he did and what he taught. And when he says we're really called to do, to love and forgive, be generous with our time, all that good stuff. We don't know exactly what it was like working for Joseph, the carpenter, in his early years, and Mary with her young years of prayer in the temple and sort of tranquility until the Holy Spirit came, or the angel announced and said, the Holy Spirit is going to get inside you and make a baby. Jesus, let it be done according to your word. They took another angel, Joseph, wrestling probably in the middle of the night or whatever. Take the child and get out of here. Herod's trying to kill him. Okay. Okay. And he does. Hard to understand Mary? Yes. Hard to understand Joseph? Yes. Hard to understand even Jesus? Yes. I don't want to die. Lord, Father, take this cup from me. But I'll do it. And that's what it's all about. People living together, working together, praying together, sometimes even fighting together, or the tensions of family life. Mary and Joseph and Jesus is a model or a unit. And they did it. And they did it well. And we're called to do it and to try to do it well. I don't know. Look back on your family. How, if you're older, what percentage was good? What percentage was bad? You know, if you're just in the middle of it, where are we today with our family? How's it working? The positive or the negative? And I know one thing, we're all weak. We all need help. And I think praying to Jesus is the best. And to Mary might be the second best. And even Joseph, God only knows what he went through. Happy, holy family. Have a good day.